feel great. I feel grounded. I feel hydrated. I've definitely had like 5 of these today with 2 teas, no water. I'm on my way to work. I'm just living a non-structured life in the sense that I'm kind of just going with the flow of things. I'm also trying to make some flow, and it's like, let's really sit down and have a real conversation. Or not, you know? No, real shit. Like, that's how I feel. It's like, I feel so approachable. That's the best way to put it. I feel very approachable, you know? I kind of have my little whole thing of what I'm doing, and I got things that I have to accomplish over time. And so it's like, I know for a fact that once I'm done getting all my chickens in a row, I'm just going to be some regular guy sitting around his apartment, playing video games, going to work, and not really doing shit, and getting back to the routine of trying to find a partner that can match, identify, or we connect on a level where we have maybe mutual goals, or, you know, we just are trying to find out what we want to do with ourselves. You know, basically, I'm very approachable, you know? And I like that because it just makes everything seem so practical. I say that word a lot, and I like that. I'm approachable. I'm very approachable, you know? In modern times where you think, oh, take lead, I'm very approachable. Little known fact, I've always wanted a woman to propose to me because of the how unorthodox it is. I find it to be very interesting, you know? And for some reason, I see the whole gesture of a man getting down on one knee, presenting a ring, and saying, will you be? I just find it to just be kind of a schmuck spiel. So I feel very approachable. I feel very open-minded. I feel very adventurous. I feel very creative. I feel very spontaneous, you know? You have to look at it this way. I'm still in a brand new city, in a brand new state. You know, I lived in Tennessee until 6th grade. I lived in Mississippi for 2 years, and then I lived in Ohio from 14 up until a few months ago. So I still do have that upwind adventure. That's like, yes, like I have a new life. And some say, well, don't dive in so quickly. No. I'm new in town, you know. I'll come across a woman who's local, and she's just been waiting for someone like me to come in and be like, hey, guess what life plan I'm trying to work on, you know? And it's just, yeah. So I'm feeling great. Unfortunately, I don't generally just settle for anyone who, like, you know, like, and it's hard for me to explain it sometimes, but it's like, I don't go out of my way for interest. I don't go out of my way for things. If you catch my attention, I will spend a few days trying to figure out why that is. And it's like, that's all I really need. I generally just don't care, you know? For when it comes to romance and things like that, it's rare for me to really get stuck on a woman. But when I'm stuck until I'm unstuck. So it could be a while, unless I really just like avoid a person altogether. So it's like, I'm optimistic. I feel good. I want to do things maturely. I want to go out on a date. I want to get to know somebody. I want to try not to be boring. I want to hope that I'm entertaining. But at the same time, that comes like, what if we're not compatible? Well, then that sucks. And I guess I just like you physically, and there's going to be no chemistry. You're not going to think I'm funny. We're not going to have anything in common. No music, none of that. We ain't going to have shit to say. But isn't that the whole point of dating? You think so, right? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where a woman's mind is at. Some women are just like, nah, he was the one I was waiting for. I really don't give a shit. I'm going to try to not seem like a klutz or a doof or anything like that. And I feel like I'm just like, hey, I'm cool. Do you want to get food sometime? Yeah, no, I know. It's like, I mean, at least you think I'm attractive, right? Right. I mean, when it comes out to like me being like flattering and stuff like that, it's like, I don't like to, you know, I don't like to feel like I have an agenda when it comes to getting a relationship. So really, when I'm interested, it's kind of just authentic from the get-go. So you'll come to find I ain't really got shit to say. I'm not fishing for conversation, you know? I'm not trying to navigate, orchestrate, and dictate anything. I do to the extent where, call it formal. You like a girl, you ask her out, That's pretty standard. That's as far as the practicality I know go, because everything after that is a natural course of how you relate to a person and how you connect over time and things like that. And that, for me, also just really sounds nice, I got sin in my eye. So yeah, I feel approachable. But even though I'm approachable, it's like I don't just go after any stray that's wagging a bone in front of this dog. You know what I mean? I don't. I really don't. I've been hit on by women in the past, and it's like I generally have no interest, And I see some women have that same mentality where a woman, she might want to be the person to make that move to show that she's interested. Otherwise, maybe she would expect treatment around that behavior. Meaning, if a woman is not interested and a guy's like, I'm interested in you, she expects him to act interested, remain interested, be invested. I'm the same way. So, I will take that step and try to orchestrate a date, try to communicate, try to express myself, And I would feel like a woman who has a mutual mindset would like to do the same thing if she's interested. If she's not interested, and I've had this happen in the past, if a woman is not interested and you are interested, she turns your interest into a ball and chain. But it's not just about being interested, it's also about being reciprocal. Reciprocal! That's the balance of being interested, a mutual interest, which comes into the aspect of me being flattering, charming, witty, funny, trying, to get a woman's attention. It's the mating dance of human beings where we no longer kind of strut to the men. We are the strongest male or the prettiest female. I'm a very intellectually inclined person. So if you can really get comfortable having a nice open conversation, you'll come to find that you generally won't have hard feelings for me. You'll like me, but you'll always maintain that level of mental clarity about me. You will never be so emotional about me unless I do something to spur those emotions, like jealousy or rage or sadness or things like that, if it gets to you. So, I feel approachable. I have one woman that I feel approachable with, and that is really the only thing that is kind of like keeping me on the scope of anything, because it's like I generally just don't put interest romantically, seriously romantically. I don't just throw it around. I'm not desperate. I guess that's the way to put it. I'm actually not desperate. Trying to get across the street here. So that's it. And I'm making all these posts on X app, and I sometimes I sit and I'm like, I'm in our own little delusional world, I'm sitting around at a cafe shop on my phone, and on my end, I think the woman on the other side of the counter is falling head over heels, madly in love with me. And because I'm just feeding into my own self that, I'm just like, yeah, things are great. And it's happened in the past, and reality could set in, and she'd be like, Adrian, I'm actually just completely not interested in you at all whatsoever. I'm flattered. I'm sure you're a really nice guy. I'm sure you have a lot of motivation and ambition and all of that. I'm sure we could actually be really cool friends. And I say that not to put you down or anything, but it's just, I just wish you would respect my standpoint on not you in dating, but just dating and relationships in general. And I hope you understand that. And I would, because that is how you let someone down gently. But we still could try to have a date. That's all I'm saying. I feel approachable, but you got to keep yourself at arm's length halfway in. So yeah. Other than that, I'm going to work. I got to close tonight. Got the next 3 days off. yeah, I feel great. It's triple N, and yeah. I think a woman should try to make me her boyfriend, which as an adult, that means she's making me her man friend, which means we fucking. Oh, I should censor that, but I'm not. Alright, I'm holding cold water and it's chilly out, so hope everybody's having a good Monday, because I am definitely being me, but maybe I got 6 minutes left of memory space left. So what else? I guess I'm trying to make things interesting without making things awkward by giving someone a scope of ideas and maybe fantasies and maybe expectations and all of that without sitting down and having a little small 2-hour dinner, 3-hour dinner, a date, right? Because that's what it comes down to. The interacting with a person that is not stressful or under expectations and things like that. So if you stick around long enough, you may be more inclined to go out with me. And that's fine. That's normal. Why? Because it actually does put a template on having a platonic relationship. I didn't say friendship, a platonic relationship. I didn't say friendship because we're still pretty much strangers. A platonic relationship between two adults that, like I said in other examples, makes things more comfortable. That's why I feel more approachable, because I'm just putting all my shit out there on social media. It makes me feel comfortable, confident in anything and everything that I would like to pursue. Right. It takes the pressure off. So, yeah. Outside of that, it would be a very straightforward hey, so I'm really feeling you, I'm really into you, and I was just wondering if you would like to go out for dinner sometime. Yeah, that's 10 seconds. That's nothing. And then she'd be like, yeah, I was hoping you'd ask. Or she'd be like, no, it's just not a good time for me. And then that'd be it. In the course of a minute and a half, everything that you've put so much anticipation on could literally crumble and die before you. So I like to play the lucrative route. Give things time to settle. Make little small moments and meaningful conversation. Let you know little things about what I'm about as far as how I see the world, what things like that, and so on and so forth. So then, if I do ask you out, maybe you'll be hoping for it. Maybe. But you get what I'm saying. That's that slow roll. They always say be friends and become lovers, but it never hits that super critical heavy romance to say that, right? It's we'll still feel like ourselves. We'll still feel light. We'll just have more approach for each other. I don't know. Then there comes the aspect of me being authority, and it's that's something we're going to work about. Right, sugarcoat, sugar sweetness. We're still adults. Again, a lot of stuff is out there in the media, but I realize that reality is a thing that doesn't just sit on a post. Reality is a thing that doesn't just sit in passing conversation. Reality is waking up, spending the day with someone, going to bed, getting through life, getting through weeks, months, years, holidays, highs, lows, planning around it, uprisings, fallout, so on and so forth. There's so much to reality, the reality of being with a person, having a relationship with a person, a structured relationship, a nice relationship, that I never forget that aspect, So it really, so even though you could you could be all over my media or whatever, and you could still get a good roundabout sense of who I am as a person, realistically, it should still intimidate you to have a face-to-face date. No matter what you learn about me, it should still put you kind of okay, we're doing this. That is reality. Some people don't break from that reality. Some people, they never fall prey to losing touch with that reality. So, yeah. Because asking a girl out just seems so simple, easy, and boring. So it's like, but no critical thinking on it too much. One day at a time. I gotta go to work. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Cha!